I think we're now live. Yay!
Oh,
So,
hello.
guys, we are now live with our interview from Kelly from Pink Fox Fitness. Thank you so much for doing this, Kelly. I really, really appreciate it.
Oh, that's all right. Nice to be on here and have the chance to talk about it.
It's nice to have a little bit of a chat as well. I've not seen you face to face for, well, since the birthday. We saw each other at the birthday celebration, but yeah,
Yeah,
apart from that, we've been just online, haven't we?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
if you are watching this live and you want to comment, please do. Just know we won't be able to see who you are if you comment unless you grant access through StreamYard. So just pop your name at the end and then we'll know who is chatting with us. So first things first, Kelly, I would love for you to just tell me a little bit about yourself. How long have you been in the fitness industry?
So I haven't been in the fitness industry all that long, only for a couple of years. I think I did my training in end of 2018, beginning of 2019. So when I did my fitness qualifications, so not very long at all, really.
You're a newbie. That's cool. What made you go into the fitness industry?
So I had my children and I didn't know what I wanted to do for work. So I just thought that doing fitness instructing and then taking my kids with me would probably be a good idea rather than leaving them at home while I went to work. So that's how I started off doing sort of classes with my children. And then I stumbled across BOOSTfit and then started doing Boost.
Amazing. So what are you teaching currently? Boost, and you're doing some Pink Fox stuff as well?
Yeah, so I do my own choreography for classes that are obviously different to BOOSTfit, but still sort of aerobic. So so I do that and I do BOOSTfit as well.
Yay. So what first attracted you to Boost? What made you aware of it?
So I met an instructor doing my fitness qualifications that work for BOOSTfit, obviously. And the first thing that attracted me was the sparkly uniform. So I saw it.
You can't see it very well in this light.
I was like, oh, you've got glitter on you, on your bum, on your boots, on your arms. Like, that looks cool. So I just started talking to her. And she was telling me about BOOSTfit and the stuff that you do, the charity work you do as well, the giving back. So it was the ethos really that first hit me, and that sort of, her just talking about the family feel of the instructor group, and I was like, oh, that's really nice. And then I added the page on Facebook because I liked the page. And I kept watching, and then, as you do in the background, and I was like, oh, I should send a message, but wasn't sure because at the time, obviously, you weren't doing it for level 2s. So, yeah, that's how I sort of got into it. And then I plucked up the courage to message you, and then we sort of went from there, didn't we?
This does seem to be the common thread for us at the moment, that people sort of spend a long time trying to pluck up the courage to come speak to us. And actually, the reason we ended up opening this out to people with existing fitness qualifications is because we were contacted by, quite a few people saying, I'd really like to do this. And we're like, no. And eventually we went, I think we're missing a trick here, because we're saying we're all inclusive, but actually we weren't including current people in the fitness industry. And I think it took a while for me to realize that while we're trying to reach out to clients that maybe felt isolated, disillusioned with the industry, lonely, I was like, actually, there are instructors feeling like that as well.
Absolutely.
And here we are.
Here we are.
How long do you think it was before you approached us? I think it was quite a while. It was about a year ago, wasn't it?
I think it was sort of 6 or 7 months. Was it? Maybe a bit longer.
6 months to a year at the moment. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I think a lot of things is people want to check, and rightly so. You should always check out of everything that you're doing, but it's believing that a lot of people come back saying it seemed a bit too good to be true.
That is it. Yeah, because when I was speaking to the instructor on my my qualification, the weekends that we do, and you listening to her speak about it, I was like, this doesn't seem real, and I couldn't believe what she was saying. And then because I wasn't having a great time with the company that I was with at the time, I thought, well, this is too good to be true. This can't be this can't be real. And then watching you guys on Facebook and then thinking, actually this might be real. And then, obviously now being with you guys for almost, just over a year, I can categorically say it isn't too good to be true. Sorry.
Yeah. I said we couldn't even celebrate your birthday with us.
No, because we were locked down.
We will. It will come. It will absolutely come. So, what has your experience been training with us? How did you find it?
So the training was really, really good. It was in depth, which is amazing because you don't often get that. The training I had with my other company, they literally it was more about marketing your classes than it was actually about the class. And I had to just film 1 minute of 2 tracks, and that was assessed, and then that was it. I was good to go. And then I remember teaching my first class and thinking, I don't actually really have much of an idea of what I'm doing here. Although obviously I was qualified, it was still my first class that I taught. So obviously your confidence grows over time. But
of course,
with BOOSTfit, it was so much different because you put so much more into the class itself. So we film each track, we see the whole thing, you give feedback on each individual track, which I think is amazing because it helps you grow as a person, as an instructor. And also it's nice, when you get good feedback, you're like, oh, did a good job on that one.
Bad feedback.
No, of course not.
I hope we don't. That was awful, Kelly.
Yeah, do it again.
I think the whole thing for us is we want to grow and develop together. We can always constantly improve, and the whole idea between us having this filming your tracks as they're coming in, even though it can be really nerve-wracking to begin with, is actually, it's not just so we can see that things are consistent and work well, but it's also we can grow as a team. So I know that I watch probably every instructor's video when I see them teach it. I don't watch every instructor's video, but when I see everyone teaching, I always take something away from them. I'm constantly learning from you guys. It's amazing.
That's it, because although we're obviously, for me, I'm a bit further away than you guys as a team, so I don't get to teach with people as much, although I have had David at my classes, which was amazing. But it is so nice to see how other people teach, and then you can really take parts of that back with you, and you go, oh, I liked how they did that, so you put that into your teaching, and you learn from each other, and it's really nice.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I genuinely believe, and the nice thing is we have such a mix in the company of people with loads of experience and people who are brand new to the fitness industry, and I love that because genuinely someone that is brand new to the industry, put my teeth in, can teach someone that's been in it years, and I love that. I think everyone brings something very different to the company, and that's one of our absolute strengths of working together rather than separately. Just getting a certificate every day and sort of being sent on your way to teach a class. It's about consistency, not just for instructors, but for the clients as well. And if you have it with the instructors, you will bring that to the clients, and your business will grow bigger, and so will ours. And it's about partnership, I think, rather than working on your own.
Yeah, it's great because you've filmed the tracks and you've done them, and people have seen you do them, and you've watched other people do them. You feel so much more confident when going and teaching them. So obviously with other companies, I haven't had to film and submit them, so you just do it while you're at class, and you don't get the same confidence that you do when you're teaching with Boost, because you've already done the pre-work, if that makes sense.
Oh, no, amazing. I'm glad you get a lot out of it, because we think it's really valuable.
It is.
And for the clients and things, So how did you find lockdown? Because obviously it was a bit of a shock for all of us going in.
Yeah. Lockdown 1 or lockdown 2?
Well, take your pick. Let's go with the first. Because that was an instant, wasn't it? We had to sort of message I think you were one of the people working, weren't you, that night?
Yeah,
And you and say, stop, don't turn around to go home.
yeah, I was literally on the way and sending people away at the door, because obviously we weren't allowed to. I think it was 5 or 6 o'clock it was announced, wasn't it? And obviously classes
we made
were
the decision as a company to stop not carrying our classes that night.
Yeah. So obviously it was scary at the beginning, and more just because, especially at the time, fitness instructing was my only job. So obviously I sort of essentially lost my job at the beginning. But the support from Boost was just amazing, and I don't think that I was with another company at the time, and I didn't get the same support from them as I did from BOOSTfit. And you just knew that every time an announcement was made, we have like a little instructor group on Facebook, don't we, just for the team. And if something came out, like a new guideline, your face would pop up on a video going, don't panic, don't worry, we've got this, we're going to look through it, we'll update you as soon as we know anything. And you just go, oh, I don't have to worry, Louise and the team are going to sort it, and then I'm just going to wait for them to update me. And it was just amazing. And that's with every update that's come out, it's just been consistent. And you can message anybody at any time and they'll get back to you. You guys have really held, especially my hand throughout COVID and all its challenges, and coming back as well, not just at the beginning, but that I was really nervous about coming back. And you made it, you were like, this is okay, you're like, come to class, you can see how we're doing it, and this is how we're being safe. And when you go and you're like, okay, they're doing it and it's working and it's okay, and I can do this, and it just gave me that confidence to sort of kickstart classes back up again. And I know now when we restart. Oh, sorry.
I think that's the important thing, isn't it, with our classes, and no judgment, no pressure, but for the clients, but it is also for the team as well, because if you we said come along and see how it's working, but if you don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to reopen. It's completely your decision. But if you choose to reopen, we've got you. We're here. We'll give you what you need. I think.
And definitely, I didn't feel sort of any pressure to reopen from you. It was just, come along, see what you think, because it might not be as bad as you think. And that I definitely overworked it in my head, because I was just panicking. And it was so nice to have that opportunity to come and just see, and that definitely helped. And then I did feel comfortable reopening, and so I did, and then I got to see everyone again. It was lovely.
And then we went to the but we roll with the punches. That's what it's all about, and we do it together. Because it is tough. And I know going online has worked for some, it hasn't worked for others, and I think it's really important as running the company that we are here regardless of what our instructors choose to do. Really, if we can support you anyway online, we will. If you're desperate to get back to classes, we'll support you as much as we can as well. When it's sort of right to go back, then we do that as well. It's definitely sort of no judgment, no pressure, both ways. Because if you're going to pressure someone to go back in, while short term you might get that little bit of money coming into a company, you're not going to have that member of the team feeling supported, feeling valued. Therefore, it's not going to work long term. It's short term gains, long term losses, really, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, I'm glad that we helped a little bit during lockdown for you guys.
Helped a lot, not just a little bit, a lot.
We absolutely appreciate everything that you were doing as well. It's a team effort to keep a company going in these tough times, and as we always say, we're stronger together, and we certainly have been over lockdown. It's been a sort of pleasure to work with everyone throughout that. What would you say is the most important thing a brand can do to support an instructor, as we're on that at the moment?
I think just being there. It's what's nice about BOOSTfit is that I know that if I've got a problem or a worry, I can literally just ping, Nanine or somebody a message, and if they can't get back to me straight away, they go, okay, or if they don't know, they go, I'll find out and I'll get back to you. And genuinely get back to you. Or I'll message Cassie and say, oh, I just need a support call booked in. And then she'll go, okay, can you do tomorrow? I'm like, well, I did not expect, because with other companies, I have waited months and months for a support call. Months.
Wow.
Yeah, for a support call. And you paid a much higher premium to be part of the company. And it's horrible when you're sort of, because although you're instructing on your own, you're meant to be part of something bigger, and when you don't get that, it's not nice. But with BOOSTfit, you definitely feel included and part of the team, and they genuinely care for how my business is doing, which is really nice, and someone is always there. Well, and definitely has been for me when I've met a little SOS in, like, please can I just have a chat with someone, and then I've been, I wasn't expecting it to be like the next day. I was like, oh, we could do next week, it's fine.
When you don't know that we're sitting the other end going, but I can't do tonight. Is there any way we can fit in tonight? Can we do right now? I think that's the most important thing, is we want to be as reactive as possible. And for those of you that are thinking of training, when you come along, you have a designated trainer that is there to support you. And then you have a designated team leader or team manager that is there. So there's always someone that you can speak to or escalate up to at any point. And, obviously as well, I will always jump on. I'm always there at the end of the phone as well if anything is needed, because, I've said it before, but it's within our interest for your business to work and for you to be successful, because if you're successful, you'll be happy. And your clients will be happy, and you'll get more boosters, and you'll tell more people about us. And then hopefully, more people want to join the BOOSTfit family, be it clients or instructors, So it's completely within our interest for you guys to be happy, I think, it kind of it makes sense to me. I'm really, really happy that you have felt supported.
100%.
On your boost
definitely.
Oh, amazing. So what do you think then makes Boost different to other brands that are out there?
Oh, different. It's like night and day. From the experience I've had with another brand, I can't tell you the difference. It's just been just so different. You guys have, like I said, you're always there when I need you. You're booking with me as soon as you can. I was able to come to classes before I started teaching. So with my other brand, I'd never been to a class of, what they taught. And you don't know sort of the setup, what you need to say before you do it, and you just don't feel as confident. So I think it's just, and as an instructor, I've definitely grown a huge amount since becoming a BOOSTfit instructor. So
you're an amazing instructor. You really are. I think that's a really actually interesting point that you brought up, is that we will train you through every part of being an instructor. Obviously, if you've run classes for years, you probably won't need to know how to fill in a register or set up your front desk, or in these times set up a class to be COVID secure. But we will always give everyone the opportunity, like silly little things in our training portal. Where that word came from. In our training drive that we've got, there are even pictures on photographs of how you lay out a desk. And I know that sounds silly, but I know when I was new to the industry, there were little things that would play on my mind. Or even going into a new brand, you think, well, do they do it differently? Am I okay to do it how I used to do it? I'm not quite sure. We'd rather give you too much information. They go, oh, I know how to do that, that's fine. Then you go, oh God, what am I going to do? I'm not quite sure what I'm doing here. Because the whole point of Boost is that you really buy into not just the product and the brand, but the ethos as well. To you to feel comfortable the whole way through a class, just as much as we want our boosters to feel comfortable the whole way through a class as well.
And I think I'd never had done pay as you go, because all our classes were bookable, so you booked in courses. So for me, I'd never had to set up a table, because I'd already have a preloaded register and I would just tick people off. So for me, like going into COVID was okay because I'm used to booking systems.
We're the ones panicking. So we always have a policy of no need to book. You just turn up, pay as you go, because we want to keep it as flexible as it can be for our clients, because we know if you book a class, it is frustrating if you can't go and you lose that class. Obviously, we are on that at the moment because of COVID, and we have to. But as soon as we don't have to, we'll be reverting back to pay as you go and keeping it as flexible as possible. We can't wait. We've got a brand new beautiful booking system and we love it. It is amazing. As a business, it's a lot easier. It's great. You know who's coming to class. You know your class is full, but you know we want to focus on our boosters and making sure class is as accessible as possible. So fingers crossed it won't be for too long. But you coached us through the booking system. No, it's all as straightforward as we can keep it in these times.
Definitely.
So what would your advice be to someone that is thinking of joining BOOSTfit?
I would say just do it. I really don't have, for me, I don't have any regrets joining BOOSTfit. And it, you know, I think if you're thinking about it, you obviously want to do it, so just go and do it. But obviously, you know, you guys are so transparent about everything, so we'll answer any questions that anybody has. You know, there's no sort of hidden secrets or anything within the company, so that's really nice. You don't kind of go in and then go, oh, got you know, extra to do. What they tell you is what you've got to do.
I'm really paranoid that when people ask about costs and things like that, I'm going to miss something off. So I almost oversell it. Well, you've got to pay this, and there might be this, and our fee is this, you know, because I don't want everyone to go, well, hang on a minute, I didn't know about that. And you know, we know we're not the cheapest in the industry. We know that you can get, you know, you can get a brand, you can work with a brand for a quarter of the price that we charge, but we also know that we're offering a lot more, and we're offering, there aren't any hidden charges. You get, when you join us, you get your uniform included, you get your paperwork included, you get a starter pack, you know, you do get all of these additional things, not additional, included things, you know, that set you up for your boost journey. And there's only a few ongoing costs like boost bands and things that really work into the ethos of the company. So, you know, they can't be optional, but you know, we definitely want to be as transparent as we can be for this, because that feeds into what we believe as a company. You know? I'm glad you don't have any regrets on. I'm glad that you've enjoyed it.
No regrets at all, not at all. It's just, honestly, it's been amazing, and I'm just really happy that obviously when I did contact you, you were like, oh yeah, that'd be good, come to class, so that, you know, because it just has been amazing. You know, I couldn't be happier with my BOOSTfit family. Love them.
I think for us as well, as you know, we can learn so much from the instructors coming into us. So quite often, if we do have a massive decision, I know as we grow, it won't always be possible to do it in the same ways, but I know that you quite often will get a message or a call from me going, Kelly, what do you think about this? What can we do with this? What are your thoughts around this? Because obviously, you know, you have so much that you can bring to us as well, and why wouldn't we listen to you, and why wouldn't we use your experience and your opinions on this too? You know, it's important. It is important. We have to grow together. Absolutely. So the most important track, you know, forget the whole why should you join BOOSTfit. What is your favorite track or tracks, and what is your favorite section of class? No one this fully. They're always like this, and then this, and then this. So we do sometimes say, all right, top 3 or top 5, that's fine.
Okay. So I think my top one, and I haven't taught this, but this was the song that really sold me into BOOSTfit, and I don't. It was your Hairspray. It was the song from Hairspray. No! Yeah, and I absolutely you played it. Yeah, that's it. You played it when I came to that class on that Saturday morning, my first ever class, and I was just like, that sold me. I was like, they have to have an instructor now because I just loved it. So that was my top one, but I haven't taught it yet. So we need to get that in a playlist.
We're just rolling, as you know, but for those who don't know, we're just rolling BOOSTfit out now into an additional needs school because we want to be inclusive for everybody. And that is one of their favourite songs. I went in there going, I've got to have all the latest music because they're teens, you know, and that is your hardest group to please. Obviously, a woman in her 40s is not going to be particularly an icon to a load of 13 and 14-year-old girls. Rightly so, I shouldn't be. But I went to like, oh, this storms in, I've got to get all this stuff together. And they're like, do you have any show tunes? Do you have any 80s? And I'm like, what? Yeah. Yes, I do. So that's been amazing, you know. I love a bit of musicals. That I can do, that I can help them with. So is your favourite track? What's your favourite section?
My favourite section is probably Boost Your Mood. Although for me, I find it the hardest to teach because, as you know, I come from more of a strength background. But I love Boost Your Mood, and
but I love you have joy doing it.
Yeah.
And actually, as long as you're safe, obviously, but you're enjoying what you're doing, the clients will love it, and the clients do love you. You're already getting comments on here saying, well, look, one of them, I can't wait to get back to his classes. She made me feel so welcome when I went to my first class. You know, love for you as well. And that is true. And that's why I've always said, you know, if you look at this and go, well, I can see it makes sense from a business point of view. I can see that I'll make money from it. Class is okay. Yeah, the ethos is fine. We're not for you. You've got to love it, because when you do that, it shines, it radiates through you, and your boosters pick up on it. And, you know, everything can be taught. Everything can be taught. And you've proved that, you know. You're always like,
my coordinator is much to be desired for.
We always say that. And then we see your videos going, okay, right, I coordinate. What? No, she's not. What are you talking about? It's quite often we have instructors going, well, I can't do that move. We're like, what the one you're doing right now? You're brilliant. Don't worry about it. You're an absolute asset to the team, and thank you so much for taking that leap of faith and joining us, and for being part of the BOOSTfit family, because it wouldn't be the same without you.
No, it's been amazing. I'm just glad to be part of it.
Oh, I'm so glad. And thank you so much for doing this interview today, because I really, really appreciate it. As I said, I can jabber on to people about, you know, how we'd love people to join us and be part of the family. But actually, it's these real experiences that really count, and, you know, people really listen to. And so I really appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much, Kelly. Thank you, guys. If you are interested, as I said, in joining us, please drop us a message. You can actually now give us your email and sign up to our newsletter, so all the latest information coming out, you can let us know that as well. If you're on our future instructors information group, then ask us any questions at any point. You can either email them, send them to us, private message them, put them on a post in the group. We are here to get to know you. We're here to understand what you need and what would help you. So take care, guys. Thank you again, Kelly, and any questions, please get in contact with us.